Okay, hello everybody. Welcome back once again to my channel, The Spoken Word of God. My name is Victoria, and my sister is back after a long time, a really long time.
Sabbatical leave.
Are you pregnant? Okay, so today we're going to be talking about friendships.
Yeah, having friendships as a child of God.
How you should choose your friends as a child of God. So, we're going to start doing the talking.
Right. So I picked this topic because I think it's very, very relevant, especially to young people. Not only young people, adults, married people, whatever. Everybody has friends in their life. As long as you are surrounded by people. Some people, they live in the hills, so they're by themselves. But they're friends, they're friends, they're family, Anyway, people have friends. So, I want to start with this Bible verse. It says, it's in Proverbs chapter 12, verse 26. If you have a Bible, please open to your Bible. We don't want any internet Bible.
This is not a Bible.
It's not a Bible.
It's not a Bible.
You just want to show your phone.
Yeah, this is not a Bible, okay? This is a Bible.
So open your paper Bibles, book Bibles, printed Bibles to Proverbs 12, verse. So you open your digital Bible. Oh. Proverbs 12, verse 26. It says, "The righteous should choose his friends carefully, for the way of the wicked leads them astray." Now, that whole verse, they all correspond with each other. And the second, a lot of people, they know the first part of the verse, which is the righteous should choose his friends wisely, but they don't know the second part, and they forget about the second part. The second part is telling us why we should choose our friends wisely as children of God. It says, "For the way of the wicked leads them astray." So many people, they don't know that the friends they have, they are wicked. What do we mean by wicked? We don't mean that they're thinking about setting them on fire or something, that kind of wicked. They're wicked in a way that some of them don't even believe in God. That's wicked. Some of them, they're just evil-minded and they think evil things. And that is why, as children, that part of Proverbs tells us as children of God why we should choose our friends wisely, because the way of the wicked leads them astray. It doesn't leave the friends astray, but it leads the righteous astray. So if you're righteous, you're a child of God, and you have ungodly friends. What do you mean by ungodly friends? People that they don't believe in God, or they don't they don't behave in a way of a child of God. That righteous person can be led astray and be influenced by the bad friends that they have. So that is why it's very important for us as children of God to have godly friendships, friends that will benefit our lives, not lead us astray, friends that will add to our spiritual life, not decrease it. So yeah, that's, I think, is a very, very important topic today.
Even First Corinthians 15 verse 33 says, "Evil communication corrupts good habits." So
yeah,
the kind of friends you have, it will influence you to become who you are now. Because like whatever you are now, however you behave, however you act, is influenced by the kind of friends you have. Because you want to be like your friends, you do what they do, you speak the way they speak, act the way they act. So it's important to choose who is in your friendship group, because they either pull you down or raise you up. If you're a Christian and your friends are unbelievers, obviously you'll become an unbeliever because they are unbelievers. That's their ways. So like you become like them. But when you surround yourself with Christians like you want to be more pleasing to God, because you see your friends like praying, they see your friends fasting, you see your friends evangelizing. So you want to be like that too. But when your friends are unbelievers, you want to sin like them, just to fit into that friendship group, because you can't just expect to have unbelief and then you not behave like them. You won't become like them like one day. So that at the end of the day, they will think like, oh, if they're asking who's a believer, they do not think you are one, because you act like them and do their thing. So you should choose who you actually surround yourself with, because that's important even in Christianity. And so as a young person, especially, a Christian, you should choose who you choose to be friends with. And it's not like you should hate unbelievers, like not because they're unbelievers. Oh, I cannot be friends with you. But even though they're still human beings, you can still say hello, hi. But like, to if it's someone to advise you to, so someone that you choose to be intimate with, close with, you should be a believer, not an unbeliever. Because like whatever you are, whatever whoever you surround yourself with, whoever you hang around can influence you either positively or negatively. So yeah, don't say anything again.
Yeah, I was going to add to your point. When you said that it doesn't mean that you should hate non-believers, but you should, if you want to have a close relationship with somebody, it should be someone that's a child of God. Because now there's stages to that. If you say you're in a new environment, you're in a new place, and you meet somebody, that person happens to be a non-believer. Okay, you meet them. Okay, you guys have some conversations. Okay, a few days later, you feel an urge. You should feel an urge to try and share the gospel with them and share Jesus with them. And if you notice that they're a bit uncomfortable or they just don't want to listen to it at all, then that's a sign for you to step away a little bit, because that's not the kind of person that you want to be friends with. If it gets to a point that you're continuously, whenever you want to tell them about Jesus, they're like, they don't want to hear anything because they don't agree with it. You have done your part, you've preached to them, but now you cannot then still hang out with them, still be close friends with them after they don't want to become children of God. Because very soon, as you continue to hang out with them, they're going to then start influencing you and that preaching that you used to talk to them every day is going to be reduced, because they already start defiling your life as a child of God. So make sure that if that person is proven stubborn whenever you're trying to preach to them or tell them about Jesus or anything, that's definitely a sign that you should step away and not be as close to them. You can still say hello, bye, but don't have that intimate relationship with them, because it's definitely going to end up polluting your salvation later on.
Even when some people go into a relationship, they think that even though they know they're unbeliever, they think that I can win this person over. But they don't know that once you just go into a relationship, you don't even know when you start changing yourself. You will not notice when you're changing. And
that's the thing, you don't even notice. Sometimes you will not even notice. You just see yourself changing.
It's even other people that will notice that you're not exactly the way you were before. Exactly. And even there's a saying that says, show me your friends and I will show you who you are. So the way you act right now, the way I see you act right now, I know those kind of friends that you have. Because you cannot be better than your friends, and your friend cannot be better than you. So if you can't win them over, then don't join them at all, because you are not God. You cannot change any human being. You're not the one who created human beings. So who are you to change them? All you can do is talk to them, and God does the changes. You don't do the changes yourself. Even when people go into marriage, they do the same thing. I can win her over, I can win him over, but you cannot change anybody. Even the Bible says he has the heart of the king in his hand, and he tells them whatever they wish. So it's only God that has the heart of man in his hand. He can only change anybody. You cannot change anybody. You can only do talking, and the talking that will change them. God can use that talking to minister to them another time, and then change them wherever they are, whenever He chooses to change them. So
then again, there are some people who like, I must have friends. Wherever I go, I must have friends. Don't do that. Don't be like that, because you don't know these people, especially if you're in a new environment. You don't know people. You just see them how they are, and you see them, you see them like that. You don't know what's going on at home. You don't know what kind of people they are. So don't be the kind of person that I must have friends. I must follow him. I must have friends. I meet you today. You're my best friend. Let's go up and down. Let's go. No. Take your time and shout. That's why it says the righteous chooses his friends wisely. He doesn't go following anybody he sees. He chooses them wisely. He takes time to to examine them. He takes time to examine them, what kind of people they are, what kind of person they are. That's why that when you realize that this person is not the right way, then you keep your distance a little bit. You keep your distance from them so that they don't get the wrong idea. There's nothing wrong with not having friends. People, they're like, me, I should be standing there by myself. It's okay.
It's okay. It's okay to, like, if you feel like, you need a friend, like, you can be chatting to other people.
Talk to God, or pray to God. God, bring me a godly friend that can be my friend. Or if you don't have any, if the place that you're in is so corrupt, you're a child of God, you're the only child of God that is so corrupt, you try your best, nobody is agreeing, no one wants to give their life to Jesus, okay, but you're by yourself. And start like a prayer group or something. You'll see people begin to come. And then when they change, they'll be your friends. You don't need to now say,
and that can stop you to talking to people as well. But like, you shouldn't be like, it shouldn't be it's not like, it's not come to talk to people, but like, it should not be like close to them doing best friend, going everywhere together, eating together. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, you should. There's a limit to that friendship.
Yeah.
You should not. You should know that this person is not a born again, so I should not go into this extent with them. So that just limit yourself. Know that you are a child of God. I'm not supposed to be mingling with these people, even though they are unbelievers. I can still talk to them, but like I should not go deep into the friendship with them, because even Jesus was eating and dining with sinners, and even all the synagogue people are complaining that, oh, why are you eating with sinners? But like Jesus said, he came to win the unbelievers. I came for the sick and not the people that are well. So even though you you know that they're unbelievers, but like if you can't, even if you can't be their friends, at least preach to them. Talk to them about Jesus. If they want to agree, then distance yourself from them, because they're the type of people that don't want to change. But like the main reason why you should be mingling with people if they're not unbelievers, to preach with them. And if you can't preach to them, just stay away from them if you can't do the preaching. So yeah, that's what I can say for me.
Also, remember in the Bible, Daniel and his friends. Daniel, his name was in Babylon. They called him Belteshazzar. And then there was
yeah, but the way you're saying it though.
Oh, sorry, Belteshazzar. And then Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. All of them, they are children of God. They came from Israel captivity. Through captivity, they came from Israel to Babylon. They came to fulfill destiny, so they're not going to be mingling around with people. Especially when you go to school. When you go to school, you go to fulfill your destiny, to fulfill God's plan for your life. Especially in university, you go to fulfill God's plan for your life, and you go to the purpose God has for you. You fulfill it in school, because that, especially college, university people, that's the time
where
that
people meet their husbands.
Exactly. That's.
Why did you look?
You said it. So
yeah,
anyway.
but like I said, some people, I didn't say everybody. Go away, bro. Only have like 2 years left.
Exactly, 2 years. I was there. 2 years just go like this.
Just this year, next year.
I'm not in 2020 already. Yeah, anyway, so especially in college and in university, that's when everybody's advancing in age. Everyone's getting older and more mature. So that's when you should be asking God, what is the purpose of my destiny? In that stage of fulfilling God's plan for your life, you do not want anybody to destroy it. Because let me tell you something, the people that will destroy God's plan for your life, they will go at when things are beginning to be rough. For example, say there's this girl, she's a good child of God. She came from a Christian home, strict, firm Christian home, not those ones that just like, who are you, Christian? Anyway,
they go to church, but like they're still.
We'll talk about firm Christian home that they study, they believe the word of God. The word of God is practical in their lives. So she's a child of God. She now goes to university. She meets somebody. Oh, she's not really careful. She doesn't choose her friend wisely, like Proverbs said. Now mingling with her, this girl is now influencing her. All of a sudden, she's in the parties. She's going to parties. She's smoking, hanging out with boys. She has a boyfriend because that friend influenced her to do the other things. Because that friend did not come from the same home she has. She did. So the friend will believe that it's okay, it's normal. So she's now doing they're both doing all these immoral things. All of a sudden, the girl ends up being pregnant. Okay, and then finishing university is going to be very, very hard for her. She's going to be struggling. Her parents find out. She gets in trouble. Where is that friend going to be? Is the friend going to be in the hospital with her pushing the baby? Push! The friend's not going to be there. So you need to think about that. If this friend, when they have an influence on her life, when they finally destroy God's purpose for their lives, are they going to be there? You're going to carry the burden alone. So don't be acting as if friend everywhere with me. No, you didn't come into the world together. Neither are you going to live together unless you have car accident in the same car. But anyway, you didn't come into the world together, so don't be acting as if your life depends on them.
Because even some of these people that try to influence it into their ways, they are used to this, and the devil knows that that's a lifestyle. But once you do that thing, you might not be lucky because
you're not used to it.
Exactly.
Maybe they sniff drugs. It's normal for them. You not go.
The devil might overuse that, and then you might end up dying at the end of the day because the devil might want your soul, and once you do what they do, you might not be lucky to even live to tell the story. So like even friends is important, because I even remember a movie. A young girl went to a new school. I think they changed house, changed location, so she changed school as well. And then she's trying to fit in, make new friends. And there was a group of friends that were, I don't remember the name. Like the girl that she was trying to fit into be their friends, they were all these virgins. They were all virgins, because like yeah. So she was talking to one of them. Then she said one of the girls she was talking with said she was going out to her boyfriend or something. Then she said that she didn't have a boyfriend. So then the girl was surprised that she didn't have a boyfriend because all of them have boyfriend and they were all virgins. Then
why did they do that? Why did they act as if it's you don't have a boyfriend? No, I don't. Okay.
And then then another day, which was with the other friends. Then them discovered that she was a virgin also. Then they were like, "What? You're a virgin? Like was?"
That's so wicked.
One of the girls
so
one of the girls make it look like is it a crime to be a virgin? Like they make it look as if it's a crime to be a virgin. So she actually got angry because she was a virgin. Like that, then the girl that went to take a bath and then she went to sleep with one guy. At the end of the day, she got HIV or something. Oh. That because she wanted to fit in because the other girls are not virgins.
I'm telling you, these friends, they don't care about you. They don't. The only friend that will care about you is a godly friend and Jesus Christ. That's the only and your parents. That's the person that cares about you. Why are you following them everywhere? Like I was saying, the whole point about Daniel and his friends, they stuck together. They didn't go mingling with everybody. The king said, "Just chicken, eat chicken." I said, "No,
there's chicken.
We're not gonna eat the king's delicacies.
There's
We'd rather
eat
give us vegetables for 7 days. You see."
And they were 10 times fatter.
Exactly. Like, they ended up looking more plump than the rest of them. They
imagine vegetables making someone plump.
That people have been eating to slim down. They are looking more fat.
And something that vegans eat.
Than the people that were eating chicken and meat and pork.
And pork.
Also, another example, Dinah in the Bible. Instead of her to mind her business.
Wait, why is this funny?
I know. I'm sorry. Instead of Dinah to mind her business, she's the daughter of Jacob, the only daughter of Jacob.
We don't know because she was the only daughter mentioned.
They don't really mention daughters. Anyway.
The only daughter mention sons.
Yeah. But Dinah, instead of her to mind her business, staying after she had brothers, she wants to play with somebody, you play with your brothers. But she went to go and mingle with the daughters of the land, and then she ended up getting raped. So, as you can see, she ended up getting defiled. So, as you can see, staying in God's purpose, and what's the word? Just keeping yourself. Just stay where you don't need to go mingle with everybody. You don't need to go and mingle with every single person you see. Be calm, be still, and just observe. Choose your friends wisely. Don't go mingling with everybody you see here, because look what happened to Dinah. Use the people there. The Bible is full of so many people that you can use as role models. Use Daniel and his friends as role models. Because they showed that they stand out. They are children of God. They will not mingle with all these people. They will not be going and making friends. The king put them as the officials in the whole of Babylon. They were one of the officials in the whole of Babylon because they kept God with them. They retained God in their knowledge. It's only those who do not retain God in their knowledge that God has now handed them over to a debased mind, as it says in Romans chapter 1 verse 28. God will, exactly. You need, as a child of God, retain God wherever you go. Keep God with you. As a young person, keep God with you wherever you go. Set your boundaries. Say to this friend, oh, you meet a new person, I'm a child of God. Tell them I believe in that, And they're like, yeah, this one. You believe in Jesus. Those are the people that you need to be careful. You need to stay away from them. Retain God in your knowledge. Because if you refuse to retain God, if you refuse to keep God wherever you go, God will allow you to be handed over to a debased mind, and then you will now begin to do all the things that
are not fitting.
Exactly. You will now begin to do all the things that that person is telling you to do, and then you end up in trouble, or you end up getting raped like Dinah. So
like Dinah.
You need to be very, very careful.
Because even as your unbelievers that you are following, they are already in the devil's camp. Yeah. So the devil looking for Christians to bring to hell as well. So you have to be careful, because you have to think twice before you go and commit a sin that the unbeliever are committing, because you might not survive that. Because the devil is looking for Christians. They're looking for you. He's looking for you. He's your number one enemy.
Yeah.
He doesn't love the devil does not love you. So before you do anything, before you follow unbeliever, you have to think twice. Think before you go into the act, because as a believer you should watch before you should think before you act. You should watch from a distance. Because like even unbelievers, they might plan things for you to plan things for you. Like some people plan for their friends to get raped. Some people plan for their friends to get robbed or something. So like that's why it shouldn't be among unbelievers. It shouldn't be mingling with them because they don't know their agenda. They don't know what is their ways. So you should not be, not because you want to be friends, have friends, also because you don't want to be lonely, don't want to be seen as that person that is a loner. That doesn't mean you should be pushed to just go and be friends with anybody. If you're that type of person, just go look for a godly association to join or something. Like if there's a Christian association, go and join that. If there's religious activities, go and join that. It's not by force to have friends. It's not by force. If there's no friends available to be your friend, is it by force?
Because at the end of the day, you are the one that looks stupid. Because if you're saying it's by force, I must make friends. The friend that you make that person doesn't really care. They're just going to destroy your life.
Because like they're not going to be better than you. They're already in the kingdom of darkness. So why do you want to go join them when you're supposed to bring them to light?
Yeah, and not only young people. There's some adults that their friend that they'll be telling them things about their husband, not snatch their husband.
Exactly. I don't even understand. That's so funny.
Especially women, we like to talk and gossip, so we talk, and then all your friends will now be giving you idea like, next time when your husband leaves his phone, you check his phone, all his messages. They will now be making that woman feel insecure in her own marriage. And feel insecure. Then she'll now, and at the end of the day, she'll now be saying, "Do you know what my husband did? Do you know what my husband did?
I know, like,
he was arguing with me." They'll now be telling all their home business to the
Exactly.
people outside, people that are not children of God. It's different. For example, if you're talking to your pastor, okay, that's your pastor, Mrs. You're discussing with her, or sister that you trust in the church. But then again, you have all your friends that don't even go to the church. What they need to know about your marriage? Why they need to know information that's going on in your marriage? At the end of the day, when you tell them that they will use that information against you. They will use that information. They might spread it around the church, or when your family, or when your marriage eventually breaks, they'll go and
exactly.
marry your
Carry
husband.
because like some people that are your husband,
Yeah.
and then when they finally separate, now go and
Exactly.
collect their husband.
You telling them all your family business, you're giving them the information they need to fulfill their job. So why are you doing that? Because you're not picking.
Because
your husband is your friend.
even there's this thing that says you don't know what you have until you lose it.
Yeah.
Some people don't know the kind of husband you have until you lose another person, because like even some people have husbands that do so much of them that other people are wishing they have that kind of husband, and then they don't take advantage of it until they lose it. So like even some
They don't value it.
Yeah, they don't value it. So like other people are eyeing that your husband, and then you're telling information outside all around to people that would help you destroy your home to have your husband. So even a married woman as well, like, you need to watch your friend, because women, women.
Even men, why do you think these men are getting involved in scams and stuff and fraud? Because they have friends that are saying, you get quick money, I don't know why you're working so hard. Because some men, they get frustrated. Say if they want to start a business, they get frustrated that it's not working. They will not have friends that will not say, you have to do like this. And they know it's wrong, but because their friend is making it sound intelligent, making it sound enticing. That's what the devil always does. He makes sin sound enticing.
Even cigarettes and all those, your friends will say, "Oh, we'll make you high, we'll make you like, we'll make you have energy, make you stay high and stuff like." And another day, it will not damage them, because like, well, how high will you be taking cigarettes and then drinking?
The devil always beautifies sin. He highlights the good of it and forgets about the bad, because he doesn't want you to even think about the bad things. He highlights the good. Like in the Bible, when Eve saw the fruit, she saw that it was pleasant to the eye, it was good for the body, and it was good to make her wise. So the lust of the flesh, lust of the eyes, and the pride of life. That is what the devil used to beautify sin, and then Eve was now enticed by it, and she took the fruit. She wouldn't take it if it looked ugly and it was dry and rotten. She wouldn't take it. It was beautiful. That's why she said, there's something about this fruit. It's shiny, you know? She was like, there's something about the fruit. Why does it look so nice like that? Out of all the fruits here, it's the only shining one, you know? They're like, I want that one. I want to see that one. Because it looks enticing to them. So that's why a lot of people, they jump into sin because of friends. Because those friends, they will not be highlighting all the positives and enjoying yourself. That's why they tell your friends, you need to get a boyfriend, you need to have sleep with them. It's fun. They don't tell them company. That there's a possibility of them getting pregnant. They don't tell them that there's a possibility of when it's actually time for marriage. it's going to be harder for their partners to trust them, for their husband to trust them. They don't tell them that. They don't tell them the bad things. They don't tell them the good things because they want to get them hooked in.
Because even they'll pretend them to go to parties. Parties are fun and everything. Go clubbing, go nights out. But they don't tell them the danger in
Somebody can
parties.
put drugs in your drink.
Exactly, because there's a whole lot of stuff that goes on in parties. Like we have never been to, we're not to go clubbing or something.
No,
but like
I'm happy.
I'm happy.
I'm
But like people think like, oh,
that.
that's life. If you don't go to parties,
Exactly.
you don't have a life. Like you're so boring. You're so dead if you don't go to clubbing.
Because let me tell you something. In parties and clubs and all that, that's where the devil is present. God is not going to be in a party. What's he doing there? The presence of God is not there, because in parties they're singing ungodly songs, swearing, they're drinking alcohol, they're doing all these things and they're partying around. Therefore, the presence of God is not going to be there. So if something bad happens, don't blame God for it, because the presence of God was not there in the first place. Why are you there as a child of God? Why are you there?
Exactly. That's where people get raped. That's where bad things happen, and then people think that's their life. People think that's enjoyment. If you don't go to parties, if you don't have a boyfriend, you don't have a life. But at the end of the day, those friends that have boyfriends and parties, their future is not that good. You at least in the future you have one husband, you have children, you have a happy life. Then they are there having a child out of wedlock. They are there having health complications.
Difficult to even get married in the first place.
So at the end of the day, you have a better life than them, and people think that, oh, if you don't enjoy now, you're missing out. You're missing out on your single days. You're missing out on your youth.
They are the ones that are going to be missing out when they're older, because all that enjoyment that you're having, you can have that, not go to parties, but all that enjoyment, like having a relationship and everything, you can have that when you're older, when you're married. But they want to enjoy everything right now. If you're enjoying everything right, did God say you have 2 more weeks to live? Do whatever you want. They're doing everything as if
they're not going to live in the future.
Exactly. I mean, of course, our tomorrow is not promised. But as a child, as a child of God, you need to be cautious. You need to say, okay, I need to wait and be patient. God is going to give me anything that I want. God is going to give me that when I'm older. Let me wait. If I want a relationship, let me wait till I get married. If I want to have money, let me wait till I start working. You don't need to have everything quick. It's even friends that allow, people that do internet scams. People during quarantine, there was a lot of it on Instagram. People would put in scams, and saying 18 plus allowed. You have money. Just give me your bank details. Like, what's that? Give me your bank details for what? Yeah, why are you giving me money? Did I work for you? Why are you giving me money for free?
Exactly.
Think about that.
People don't think before they now put down.
Exactly.
You should be asking yourself, why would this person just ask me for bank details randomly for something that when they're not like I don't earn it, like I didn't do anything to earn the money, so why are you giving me free money?
But if you're a foolish Christian, obviously your friend will now be saying, oh, you get quick money, £1,000, let me do it. No, you have to. That's how you choose your friends wisely, because sometimes you might not even see that thing, but it'll be that friend that will come and introduce it to you.
Even I'm going back to the party itself. It's not like as a Christian you shouldn't like go to parties, but like it's not good to be going to those clubbing parties that where sin is committed. If you feel like having a party, you can put on music and dance, like enjoy your life.
But
you can put Christian music, dance,
messing around. There's actually a Bible verse that says that God is against all those partying and acting like hooligans. It's not biblical. You can just find it.
Even in church, you dance. You praise God. At home, if you feel like dancing, you put music, you dance, enjoy yourself. You don't have to go to parties and clubbing to make you feel like you're enjoying life.
Exactly. There's difference between, you can go to someone's birthday, happy birthday to you, put Christian music, you eat, okay, it's finished, God bless you, everybody go home. But there's some parties that just lights, everyone's like ding, ding, ding.
People don't want to go to a party for not to celebrate for what? It's not a birthday.
Exactly, it doesn't make sense.
You're not celebrating anything. You're going to dance and all.
Even in Manchester, they have a lot of back to school dances and stuff. Back to school means you go back to school.
Don't get back.
Doesn't mean you start partying. You're going back to school.
Like, just going back to school. Why are you celebrating that? But it's good that God gave you the grace to go back to school. But like,
exactly.
But must you go to social gathering to be dancing up and down for no reason? Like, I don't understand how that is a life. I don't understand.
Says, now the works of the flesh are evident, which are adultery, fornication, uncleanness.
Which verse are you reading?
Oh, sorry, I'm reading Galatians 5 from verse 19. Uncleanness, lewdness, adulation, sorcery, hatred, contentions, jealousies, outbursts of wrath, selfish ambitions, dissensions. Let me look up the meaning of dissensions. Heresies, envy, murders, drunkenness. That's what you find in parties. Revelries, and the like. So we need dissensions. And then I'll look up
Dissension is disagreement that leads to discord.
Okay.
So basically, like when you have disagreement, and then it leads to like fighting
Yeah.
and all that stuff.
Fights happen in parties and revelries.
Yeah, people end up breaking bottles on someone's head. Someone gets injured, and then they call police.
Revelry. Lively and noisy festivities, especially when these involve drinking a large amount of alcohol. So lively and noisy, and some synonyms here are celebrations, partying, parties. So all of that, all of you people out
So
there.
basically, all of this, the like
Those are
of
the
which I
works of
tell
the
you
flesh.
before, and just as I also told you in time past, that those who practice such things will not inherit the kingdom
They
of
will not
heaven.
inherit the kingdom of God.
Because even I noticed that on weekends, I hear ambulances a lot.
Yeah.
Because I after ambulance.
Everyone will go to parties.
But like
Some
everybody goes to
Christians,
parties.
some Christians even think it's okay to go to parties. A lot of the young people that I know, they claim to be Christians because they go to church. Because everyone thinks they're Christian. They go to church and they pray. But
I believe
I'm
in
sorry.
Jesus.
I'm sorry to call you guys out, but if you claim to be a Christian self, not even a child of God, you're a Christian, okay? And you they see you in parties or back to school for you're not a Christian. You're not a child of God. Don't stop
Some
deceiving
people don't
yourself.
even know what Christian means.
They don't.
Like,
You act like Christ. You was
Christian.
just in parties.
Like even the apostles, people call them Christian because they behave like Christ. If I say you're a Christian, then you're in party or you're doing this and that, and you can call yourself Christian, like you're lying to yourself. You're deceiving yourself.
It's so sad. Especially the young people, they think that it's okay. It's not okay. The Bible is against partying. I just read it. It's against partying. I just read it right.
It's right here.
Okay, let me
if
tell
you don't
you
believe it, like
let me tell you this verse. Galatians chapter 5
It'll
from
go up on the
verse,
screen anyway.
Yeah. I tell you, partying is not for children of God. If they see you at parties, lights, and you're like drinking alcohol, you're not a child of God. Because if I go into the party and I see everybody there, I don't even need to ask. I know everybody there is not a child of God because
even first of all, you see the way they dress.
Exactly, you see the way they dress, you see the way they party.
Yes.
They go, they're drinking, reveling, if that's whatever they're committing revelry. I would even say, oh, there's a Christian there. And you can't even spot one person because you act the same. So what is there? Like if you put up here and say I'm a Christian, I will laugh at you because like what are you doing here then? If you're a Christian?
Even some people when they go to church, they're dressing like holy sister. When you see a party, like you won't believe that the same woman,
the same people that go to the parties, and I'm like, they'll be posting quotes. They'll be posting quotes on Instagram. May God protect us. Amen. God will not protect you if you're in a party dancing.
In church, they'll be saying, we lift our holy hands. You will not called. They'll be like in party, they'll be like
singing, blessed be the name. Oh, Simamara. Your tongues is fake, or maybe you got it before and it's a gift, and God can't take a gift.
Some people make it up.
But but your tongues is not making sense to God anymore. You're just speaking it now. You're not speaking it. How do we get to this?
I don't even know.
Wait, I want to ask a question. Is it possible for God to send someone to a party to preach to someone? Is it possible?
But like people everywhere to preach to, like why would you send to a party?
I know. That's what I heard it somewhere, so I was like, that's not right.
Because like people, if you go to a party, people think they're taking a word of them. Like, why are you in party for? Because like that's not the right place for a child of God to be anyway.
Why
so like
they won't even hear you. The music is loud. Why are you preaching? Why are you preaching there for? You want to bring Bible? They will just spill alcohol.
And it can be dangerous as well because like I mean, it's me so I feel good nightclub because like something might happen there. Like I'm not going there alive.
Exactly. Or God can use you to preach that person before they go to the party, not inside the party. Because
some people even hear the message, salvation before they even go to party, and then they end up dying in the party, and then they do not go to hell and regretting that I shall listen to this person. But like they don't need to get because that might be a chance for them to be saved before they go to the party. But like, because they didn't listen, they not end up to fall into the trap of the enemy, losing their lives. Because
once again, like the presence of God, you can't find the presence of God in a party. So for you to go and preach there, it's like they'll just give you one glass. You just knock yourself out.
Some people actually really love like God have grace to be saved from a danger. Because I even watch some movies here. Some people they'll be hearing the gospel many times. Their parents or that someone will preaching them. Yeah, get God to still go and save them from one thing that for them, not for them to be born again. Like, God, why are you so special in this person?
Exactly.
So like, not everybody might have that grace. So like, once you hear the gospel, you should accept it because like you don't know what will happen next to you. Especially when you hear some of your friends, your family, just give your life to Christ, change. So like, something bad will happen to you the next minute.
You should even thank God that you're alive, because especially during this time, like the pandemic, people are dying left, right, and center. And it's not like if you got the disease first of all. It's like sometimes you won't even see the signs at first, and then when I begin to grow and grow, people have died from that, and God is still keeping you alive after 6 months. Do you know how many people can die during 6 months? After 6 months, you're still alive, and you think that you don't need any, you don't have to do, you don't need to do anything with God. God is not your business or concern.
I agree. People ask us their own strength. Once God knock you down like this, we have strength again.
No.
Like you're saying, I don't need God. Like you don't need the owner of your soul. I pity you guys. Pity you.
And for the people who think Corona is not real, that the government created, it's real. It's very real. It's very real. We personally know somebody that got it. Yeah. That called our parents and said, it's real.
Even we know somebody very close like this, we know. I don't know now.
Oh yeah.
No, I'm not gonna say it.
Yeah, you can't see. We're not telling you, but it's very, very real. It's real. So don't act as if the government is real. Even if it's government, God allowed it to happen to Meshonugi some people.
Meshonugi.
It's true. Like,
are you Igbo?
No matter. To keep them quiet. Like, this world, the way this world was going, if Corona didn't exist, I wouldn't see some of my friends. I wouldn't see some of my friends.
Some of you might think that this is the worst year ever. Like, why is this? And so people are like getting hope. Putting their hopes in 2021, hoping things will get better because like they're already giving up hope on this year, because this year was like.
I don't know about you, I was blessed this year.
But you don't know that this year will actually, even though we don't like the situations that happened this year, like, but God just planned it out for reasons we don't know. But like, basically, what people have been changed one way or the other through this Corona. Even though we do not like the situations, even though we're not free as we used to be, but still, all things work together for good for those who love God
and are called
according to His purpose. Romans. Anyway, he was together for good.
Yes. So on the topic of friends, choose your friends wisely, please. Because if you don't, it's gonna be critical.
What shoes you surround yourself with, because whoever your friends are, that's who you are.
Yeah. There's nothing wrong with telling your friends that this is what I believe. Don't hide your salvation, because that's denying Christ. And Jesus said that anyone that denies Him on earth, He will also deny Him in heaven. So tell your friends, this is what I stand for. So, and if they don't agree with that, if they're still trying to pressure, or you feel peer pressure, that's the word, peer pressure from them, they are not the people that you want to be friends with.
Yeah, because like
your friends will not pressure you.
Even at the end of the day, when some of friends don't want to listen to you, they will run away from you themselves, because if they don't want to change, they will run away from you. So you should stand for who you are. So don't be copycats. Don't be copying your home around. Or because my friend doing this, I should follow the crowd or follow the trend.
Be the change you want to see. Don't say start following the crowd. No. Make it change, because at the end of the day, if you're following the crowd, you're just going to be like every other person. You're just like, normal students in the school. But if you're different, people say, that person, she's very, very different. You know that she's the first person that started Bible study in the school? Like, wow. Everybody will now know you. You'll be special. But if you follow the crowd, you're just going to be like everybody else. No one's going to pick you for anything.
Even if you cannot preach, like I said, like I've said this like before, that even if you can't preach, at least your attitude should be different from everybody else.
Like me preaching, I don't like stuff when people say, "Hey."
I know, but
it's good to preach.
Someone should see something different about you. Like, this girl acts different way from everybody else. This boy speaks differently from everybody else. So even if you cannot preach, at least you should show some differences, like from other people. You should show that you don't do this certain, you don't go this certain way, you don't do what everybody's doing. You stand for who you are, how you were trained to know what you stand for in Christ.
And your friends will see, not your close friends, but people that know you in school, they'll see it. Like one day, this girl that sometimes I get lunch with them at school, she came up to me, she's like, "You're really religious, yeah?" I was like, "What?" Because she has my social media, so she knows what I do on my social media. By the way, follow me on my social media, Liz less than 5. You know,
The link will be below anyway.
link will be below. Liz less
Follow
than
my
5
own too.
on Instagram.
Mine is Vic Joel Official. Simple as.
For godly content,
Yes. I
education.
have another one, but I post the content as well. I'll put the link to that below.
Yeah, you have to go below to find it. So you can
Yes.
click it.
Just click it.
I'll be
And
expecting you.
follow.
I'll be
Don't
expecting
forget.
your follow.
Yeah, don't subscribe to this channel for now. Go
Yeah,
and follow
subscribe
us if you want godly content.
if you want to be blessed this month.
If you want to be
Subscribe
blessed
channel.
this year before the year runs out.
Subscribe- No, even this month.
This very day.
Subscribe here, and if you follow our account, all of our accounts, you have 4 blessings.
Yeah,
Telling you
blessing.
in Jesus' name.
Even today we'll see the greatest blessing ever.
Yeah.
Can you believe it? So that the blessing will flow to you
Yeah,
guys.
but if it doesn't happen, it's because you didn't have faith. Also, you have to join our
yes,
faith.
you have to have
with your
faith like a mustard seed.
seed. Anyway, so
Faith can move the mountains.
anyway,
Oh, even Jesus marveled at some kind of faith that unbelievers had. So if you're a
Yes.
believer, you don't have faith, like who are you? Like, yes, you. Okay, I think this day for today we're going
Yes.
past the time we
alright.
don't want to
Way
go for.
fast. I think we just doubled the time.
I don't know why this always happens. Yeah,
Because the Holy Spirit is
We-
flowing. Let it flow.
no, like we all plan to spend like 20 minutes or less. You know, like
Mhm.
around 10 minutes, 15 minutes. Then
Yes.
we'll go back beyond like 30 minutes. Like what?
Each topic is so broad, you can keep going on and on. As if there's even one more thing I want to say, but I'm just holding it.
What is that? Because like some people like can't sit through long messages to listen. Like I'm that kind of
Yeah.
people. I'm that kind of person.
You can edit
I
it.
cannot. Yeah, I can divide this video into two self.
Yeah.
So I can't sit down for like more than 30 minutes to listen to something.
Or you can watch it and do your homework, drink your tea.
Yeah, just put in your earphones or something while you're traveling, while you're on the bus or something, while you're on the train, or wherever you're going to, while you're going to school, while you're going to church. You can just listen to put this in your ear and listen.
Mhm.
You don't necessarily have to see us, but like want to hear us. You're hearing the word is going to you.
Exactly.
The word is enough for the wise.
So in a nutshell, choose your friends wisely. Pray to God concerning. If you're not sure, God is not God of confusion. Pray to God. Is this person, a good? Does this person have good intentions or not? Ask God to teach you. What should you do? You feel lonely in school. You want to. You shouldn't even feel lonely. Jesus is your friend. The Bible is. Read the Bible. But anyway, if you're feeling that way, join a Christian, not only Christian, a godly association. Or if you don't have one, create your own. Who says you can't create one yourself? Create your own. But do not go and join yourself in the association of unbelievers. Blessed is the man who walks not in the paths of sinners. I think I just mixed it up. Who walks on the path of the ungodly? Sorry, that stands in the path of the sinners. So if you don't do that, you'll be blessed. If you want to be blessed,
for he shall be like a tree planted by the rivers of water.
Psalms chapter 1.
From verse 1 to 3.
From verse 1 to 3. So use that as your watchword. Study the Bible. Look at the story of Daniel, the story of Joseph, the story of Esther. Different people that chose not to mingle with the world, and they then fulfilled the purpose of their lives.
There's
So
many
choose your friends wisely, guys.
basically the Bible is full of stories, examples of us how to live our lives, because like
Yeah.
the people back then, they didn't have any examples to live for. So we are the greatest generation to learn from people that either succeeded and failed. So read the Bible, like open the Bible, read it about people's life stories, how they failed, how they succeeded, so you can live a better life, how God related to people in those days. So yeah, and God is the greatest friend. Like God is the greatest person you can be ever
Use
related
your
with.
best friend. Jesus died for you. What more do you want? Can your friend die for you? Can your friend in the world die for you?
Jesus knows all about my struggle. You'll be there till the day is gone. There's not a friend like a lonely Jesus. No, not one. No, not one. See you soon, guys.
Bye.
Teaser.